Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be reviewing the Fenty Beauty Foundation. I did do a review on the Fenty primer and I will link the video down below, but I have finally decided to try out the foundation. I saw some videos that it was too dry, it was sometimes hard to blend, but you know what? I wanted to try this myself because I have the primer and I love the primer. It smells great, it does what it's supposed to do, it is just amazing. Just love the primer itself, so I figured why not try the foundation. So if you don't already know, this is what the packaging looks like. I got the color 220. It's supposed to be neutral but more warm peach. And it did get slightly darker over the summer, so this is my color right now. So just opening the box, it does say shake well, so even on the bottle as well if you haven't guessed it already. So this is what it looks like. If you, once again, if you haven't seen it already, it's already displayed all over Sephora. So anyways, I'm just gonna give this a good shake in the meantime. I will put on some primer. Really get my hair out of the way. Because I was so iffy about it, I wanted to try the primer first to see if it was good or not. And I actually really love it. So because it was such a success with the primer, I figured, hey, I might as well try the foundation. And I will admit that trying to figure out my shade was quite difficult because there was neutral cool, neutral golden, warm, and then the whole peachy thing. I was just like, excuse me? How am I supposed to figure this out? You know when you have a lot of choices, or a lot of options, you can't make up your mind and you can't figure it out? Well, that's how I felt. I've done my eyeliner, I put on mascara, I did my brows obviously. We'll do a few pumps on that, so I don't know how many pumps I should do. I think it is a little streaky, a little runny. Goes. So I'm just gonna dot this a little bit. So once again, this is very streaky and runny. So I've noticed that it is blending well. In my opinion, I don't see any issues with it. Or maybe it's just me. It doesn't have like a weird chemically smell. It kind of smells like the primer kind of floral. So that's nice. And I don't know if I mentioned it in my previous videos, but I am normal to oily. I do get quite oily around my T-zone area. Right now, I really like it. I don't see a blending issue. See how it's like when it's dried down. I also heard that it does oxidize apparently. It doesn't really look like it to me, but it hasn't fully dried down yet, so we'll see. It's a nice color match. Right now, my first impressions, I like it. I really like it. I hear a lot saying that, oh, it is very drying, wouldn't recommend it for dry skin types, but we will try this throughout the day and see how this wears. I'm just gonna finish up the rest of my face with my concealer and everything, and I will do check-ins throughout the day. So I will see you guys soon. So I feel stupid. I left my camera at home. So when I left home, and I was about to hop on the highway, it hit me that I left my camera at home. Smart one, Nadia. So I was in a bit of a rush, so I can get to work on time, get my Tim Hortons and all the good stuff. You know, you can't start your day without some Tim Hortons or Starbucks. Anyways, trying to recap my thoughts during my lunchtime. I did look at my face. I did want to see if like there was any like oiliness that was happening throughout the day up until now. So just looking at myself in the mirror, from about 1:30 up until now, my face did get a little oily. But the initial application of it, first of all, I noticed that it was very matte. I know with other reviews, they did say that, oh, this foundation is very drying, it's suitable for oily skin because it literally sucks the oil out of like your face. I didn't really feel like that. Maybe because my face is oily, I didn't really see it suck the oil out of my face. I did notice that it was mattified, but didn't like leave me like patchy, dry flakes as compared to other YouTubers I've seen. Like they described it like, oh, I'm becoming flaky, patchy, or like all those things. So for me, I did not see that. I did not feel that. Like it left my face matte and blurred and it looked nice. I liked the initial application. Up until about 1:30, I did get a little bit oily. It wasn't excessive or anything. I did notice around my cheeks it got a little bit oily and around my T-zone as well. Nothing unusual really, but it just got a little bit oilier in comparison to my Laura Mercier foundation. And I also want to point out that I just used it like straight on my face. So lately I've been using the Urban Decay Velvetizer, and I will link that video down below. If you know about the Velvetizer, it does say that to use a dime size amount to put into your foundation and then apply on your face. So instead of using a dime size amount to use it for my whole face, I usually just use it for my T-zone, and it helped a lot. So I did not do that today because I want to see how it is by itself. Even with my Laura Mercier on its own, like it still works a little bit better than the Fenty, but of course with the Velvetizer it helped it a lot more to control the oil. So I'm thinking the Fenty would probably work the same way with the Velvetizer. But anyways, foundation is $42 and you do get a little bit more than an ounce there. I believe it's like 1.08, so it's not that bad. It's still high up there in price, but not compared to like the Laura Mercier foundation I have for like $59. Like, whoa, that is pricey, but it's good. It's really good. The amount of money I pay for my foundations, they better be good. If not, then I just wasted my money and I could just bought some shoes or something. Back to the main point. So it's around 6 o'clock right now, and I've noticed that my face has gotten, of course, oilier. It's been like 12 whatever hours. It looked good for like the 8th, 9th hour. Maybe 9 is just pushing it, but 8 hours or so. I don't think this is a foundation that you would wear for 12 plus hours, in my opinion. I think this foundation is more of like to go out, not really appropriate for a work day because I think you will become oily like this. Would the Velvetizer work? It might, but I have noticed that it does dry up quickly, so I might not be able to use my Velvetizer with that. Because if you see my review on the Velvetizer, it does tend to dry up the foundation and it will become patchy. So with the Fenty foundation, it's already a quick drying foundation, and I feel like if I put the Velvetizer into the mix, it will start to dry up a lot faster and I will probably be a patchy mess. So I'm on the fence whether I should try it or not, but those are my thoughts right now. So I think it's a great foundation nonetheless. Once again, I wouldn't wear it to work for a 12-hour day because I think that is a long time. I probably wear it for going out on a Saturday and whatnot. It's not that expensive, I would say. I know foundations are expensive usually in general, but it is kind of high up there. But you know what? I think it's worth it. It's just, once again, I keep saying this over and over, I just won't wear it to work for a 12-hour day. So if you were to wear it on like 8-9 hours, probably even less, I would totally recommend this. If you are dry, I probably would not recommend it, just basing off all the other reviews out there because I'm not dry normal combo. I'm leaning more towards the oily side. So once again, oily 12-hour days, nada. 8-hour days and less, go right ahead. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to click that like button and click that subscribe button down below as well. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!